or whoever you're going to use it for. But today, I thought it would be great to do a bonus session. And that bonus session, we're going to talk about monetizing your no-code app. So if you look in the chat, you're going to see a couple of links. The first link is going to talk about monetizing your app. So there's an article in there with the things I'm going to go through. And then the second link is going to be our second part of our conversation. So for right now, we're going to focus on monetization. So I'm going to show you, this is my app, HCC Wise, that I talk about most of the time. And as you can see, there is a subscription model here. And that's the first model.
Sharon, are we supposed to be seeing your screen?
Yeah, I shared my screen. Can you not see it? I'll reshare. Oh, it says host disabled participant screening.
Yeah, Crystal has to give you permission to share, because since you made her a host, she has to give you permission to share the screen.
Okay.
All right, now you are co-host again, so thank you.
Okay, good, because I know I was sharing one time. I mean, I thought I was anyway. Okay, so getting back to the subscription model. So this particular app is on a subscription model. So that means that however your subscription runs, this one's on a monthly subscription model. So, well, and let me back up for a second, because there are layers, right? So I wanted people to be able to get a sneak peek and get a feel for what this app was like, and to be able to see some of the other tools in it that they may want to purchase. So I use my app as my lead magnet, right? So I started out with a free subscription that they got, and then, because anybody could just sign up free. And I had lots of free goodies, have lots of free goodies in here. You know, they can talk with Miss Wise. They can go in here and they can, get some information on diagnoses and look at they can look at the payment, but they can't calculate a payment. So that was my free part. And then I said, okay, so I got to have something to charge for. And that's something you need to start thinking about. What's going to be my free component and what's going to be my goodie bag and I'm going to charge for. So I knew that people wanted two things. They wanted all the special information and tips associated with my app. And then they also wanted to be able to do the calculation for risk adjustment. I knew this part right here was gonna be the reason people were gonna pay for my subscription. So you got to think about, what are you offering? You know, that big offer that you're going to use to be able to upsell. Maybe it is a meeting with Hurt. You know, there's a lot Hurt has to say. So maybe that is the big offer that I'm going to have. And it's going to be that meeting with Hurt or Sherry. They're going to spend, an hour with me. That may be a lot, once a month. But anyway, that's how that subscription piece worked for me. So that was my big offer. Once a month, it's attached to my Stripe, and this, just comes every month. I don't have to worry about it. Something I've always said is I want to make money while I'm sleeping, and this does that for me. So that's a reason you're going to want to have an app, because while you're sleeping, it's working over there in another country. I had no idea. People are using that somewhere else. So that's one possibility. The other possibility is in-app purchases. Now, I don't have in-app well, I did at one point. My other app, that was the app where you could find conferences. I had in-app purchases in that app where they could actually purchase a conference They could purchase some toolkits that folks had. So those are things that you need to consider for in-app purchases. So here I am. I got this great course on, and Vashawn says I love to call people's name when I'm doing education, and I do. So I have, this great time management app, right? That, like Sherry has. Sherry has a toolkit on managing your time. And she's going to put that purchase, she's going to attach that in there to her course to where, folks finish these first 3 modules, then guess what? Bam, there's a bonus, an in-app purchase of Sherry's awesome time management book. Maybe your in-app purchase is, you could have like a coffee cup or, whatever you wanted to have in there. Those are the possibilities. So those are in-app purchases. Maybe the step to the next course. So I took the basic course on teaching my kids AI, but guess what? Now I want to take the more advanced course where maybe I want to be involved as a teacher, right, Hurt? So that's the next purchase. So think of those in-app purchases and ways you can upsell within your app. The next the next big thing, oh gosh, I love this. And let me tell you what I did. Advertisements in your app. Love, love, love. So think of this, Hurt. Think of you're partnering with maybe the Children's Defense Fund. By the way, one of the first creators of that, they're from my hometown of Bennettsville, South Carolina. Not many people know that. She started the Children's Defense Fund. But anyway, you're partnering with them. And guess what? You've gone to them and said, look, I have 500 subscribers in my app, and these are all parents and they have kids. And wouldn't you like to be able to offer your services to those parents or let them know what you have to offer? I'll sell you this front page right here of my app. What? Then every time they log in, we're going to see Children's Defense Fund. That is your advertising. And guess what? You can have a whole row of this. Mine stops here, but this could go way further down. So you could do it on the homepage. Let's just say, okay, you want the homepage. Well, the homepage is $1,000. That's how much my homepage is. But maybe they just want to advertise and you want to set up another page here for your advertising. So you might call that, gosh, I can't even think of another thing. But those are the key pieces that you can have in your app to advertise. You can call it advertisers or whatever. Then folks can do that. Let's just say you had a coaching app, right? And you had folks in there that did other things. Members of your team, just like the OCC here. Great example. Christelle, here we go. We've got the OCC app, and you have all these great people that are doing courses in your community. And let's just say they are offering different things. Well, what if you had somewhere for them to upsell for other stuff within your app? So the opportunities are limitless. It just has to do with how you think about it and how you want to do it. Affiliate marketing. That's the other thing. We talked about that a little earlier today. Affiliate marketing, I am told, is going to be huge and the way to go, and everyone needs to be getting their affiliate links. Uh-oh, I got my affiliate link. I have my app. I'm going to put them in my app. So when I tell Christelle, Sharon, that she needs to go out and get Gamma, well, I'm going to have that right in the app, and Sharon's going to click that button, and Sharon's going to go right there to Gamma. And guess what? Sharon has courses. Oh my gosh, Sharon has all these students. They're going to click Sharon's link. So there we are. So there's an opportunity there to expand your affiliate marketing. Any questions so far? We are good. I will continue. Okay, white label and licensing. Now, this is the thing. So this is what I was going after right away from the beginning. I wanted to be able to white label my app because you know what? I felt like my app was, something special. And I felt like that, I want someone to buy this app because maybe that's where the dollars are. Maybe, yeah, I could have a community of folks that would buy it, but also let me find someone that wants to white label it for themselves. So,
Sharon, can you hear me okay?
I can.
Sorry, I've been trying to come off my mic and my sound wasn't working, so I had to leave and come back. I don't want to lose anyone because we have people coming into the room, and so I just want to welcome them. I also want to ask you to please mod me so I can help you with the room.
Sure,
And
Christelle.
thank you. And I just want to welcome everyone to I just want to take a moment real quick because we have some people in the room, we have some people on the stage, and we want to be as welcoming to everyone as possible. And I just want to say thank you all so much for being here. Welcome, Stephanie. Hi, Kurt. Hi, Lucia. Is it Nuala? Nula. Nula, yes. Welcome. Thanks so much for being here. And also Dr. Hope, thanks so much for being here. Welcome. Hi, Angel. Hi, Auntie Donna, and everyone else who's joining us in the room. Please feel free to raise your hand. We would love to make this as interactive as possible so that it's as engaging as possible. So if you do have questions, please take the opportunity now. This is a free room for you to learn about no-code apps. Okay, I tried Bubble, I tried a bunch of different no-code apps, and they were really challenging for me. And so it's so amazing to have Sharon here to teach us and to show us the behind the scenes and all the different things that she's doing. Hi, Claire, welcome to the room. Thanks for joining us. Hello, Tanya. Tanya, you have been so supportive. Thank you for being here. Anyone with a red ticket, we'd love to welcome you to actually join the One Click Creator house. We are a really awesome learning community, and this is one of our classes that we do every week with Sharon as part of her course. She's teaching us about no-code apps. So again, I want to invite you to the stage if you want to come up, ask any questions that you have about no-code apps. This conversation is really exciting because it's all about monetizing. Okay, I feel like that's a pretty good setup, so I'll pass it back to you, Sharon. Thank you. And hi, Gina. I don't think I said hi to you. Hi, Chowder. Hello, everyone. Thanks again for being here.
Thank you, Christelle. I think the room has grown since I started talking, so I'm glad to have everyone here. Definitely, if you have a question or a comment, please, let us know so we can, answer questions, and maybe you have another idea or way that we can approach something. So definitely, I want it to be interactive. So white labeling and licensing. So getting back to that, that's what I wanted to be able to do. White label my app. That means that I'm going to take my app that I have built and sell it to someone, and their name will be on the app. So it would no longer, be Upskills. It would be XYZ app. And I had the opportunity, I met with many, many different individuals. You're going to have to reach out to people if you really want to do that white labeling. White labeling gives you an opportunity to be able to sell your app for potentially more right out of the gate, but you got to think about it. I wrote in my contracts, I white label you this, but guess what? I'm keeping this app for this particular one, and I'm using it for whatever I'm using it for as well. So remember that if you're white label and totally giving it away, or if you're doing like a licensing situation where they're only using the app for a period of time and you're giving the app to many other people. So that's something else to consider. consultation and services. So for, you know, the coaches out there, even the educators and creators, if you have folks that want to talk to you, want to get inside your head, you know, you have the opportunity to set that up right in the app. So getting back to the app, there is I don't know if the Zoom link is in the chat. Oh, we can't do that because everybody doesn't have my networks possibly. And I don't know if we're doing the YouTube today, but I'm going to show
Yes,
you.
actually, the YouTube link is in the chat. So if anybody wants to see the screen, please make sure you check the chat. I did put the YouTube link there.
Okay, great. Thank you, Christelle. So you can get an idea here with this app. You can do a Zoom right in the app, a live Zoom, not a recorded Zoom. So if you want to have your consultation with whoever you're meeting with, you have the opportunity here to do that. And you could set this up with a buy where they would buy that and then they buy it. You can have it attached to your calendar and then you show up right in the app on Zoom. So there's lots of possibilities there as well. So that's something else to consider. Partnerships and sponsors, once again, you know, partnering with people for, you know, to share content in your app, maybe have a company sponsors you to be able to produce a certain product. Like for me, I had the calculator in there. That calculator cost me money for someone to help me build that calculator. Very complex calculations are done in there. Well, what if someone sponsored you for that and then they just get their face or their company information on the front page of the app? Or maybe it's on a resource screen or something. So there's opportunity there for companies to be able to monetize outside of that or become your partner. Data collection and user behavior. I haven't really got into selling any of the data in the app. I mean, I'm attached to Google Analytics, right? So they have their information associated to the app. But if you have a unique product that you know someone's going to be interested in that data, it's possible that you could have an arrangement to sell them the data. You got to think about it. Most of the apps that we're getting in the App Store or the Google Store, they are, you know, selling that data to someone, and that's tied to monies. So think about what your niche is, where you could possibly go to share that data, especially if you have a health app right now. People are very interested in health and, you know, being able to touch the patient or have a better relationship with them. That could be a great. Oh, I'm sorry, somebody. That could be a great opportunity. Stephanie, I think your mic might be hot. That could be a great opportunity to partner with a healthcare system with that health data information that you may be getting from your app, depending on what your app is. Crowdfunding and donation. So we all know what crowdfunding is. You know, you want to have a certain product or service and you want to raise money for it. It could be an avenue to help users support your app development. So if you want to build out your app further and differently, you know, this will be an MVP, right? Minimal viable product, but very functional, very usable. So you can take this and do other things with it. So there is that opportunity there. So that's what we have on monetization. Any questions? You can definitely go out and join the wait list for the coaching app course that is coming after July 1st. Any questions, anyone?
I have a question. It's Nula here.
Hi.
I'm absolutely keen in this thing, but I recognize this value. So when you talk about selling data, one of the most, I think one of the most important things to in a lot of apps is they say, we respect your privacy, we will not sell your data, and all
Mm-hmm.
that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have an app, is there a way that you can say, we won't sell your data unless you let us.
Absolutely.
If you're okay with that, you can click this or whatever.
Absolutely. So when you sign up for the app, this is something else you'll have to set up. So you're going to have to set up an acknowledgement, right? So when they accept the app, there'll be terms and conditions that you have for the app. And you need to have that in your terms and conditions. And guess what? They click the button. Most of us don't read all those terms and conditions. We just click the button. But that would be a part of the process of letting people know that their data may or may not be sold. And then you can also have something on the home screen, right, that goes further into detail about how the information that is gathered is managed and any other of those key points. So very good question. Love that.
Sharon, hi, it's Dr. Hope. It's very interesting, and I think you're a good mentor for me. What is the actual app that you put the no code on? I don't have that.
Okay, so you want to know what platform it is?
Yes.
Okay, this is Glide. This is the Glide platform. So, as Christelle mentioned, we are behind the scenes. If you're on the YouTube, you should be able to see some of the apps that are behind the scenes here that I have on the screen. So it's Glide. Glide has templates. And of course, you can build your own template of whatever your vision is, right, out of the gate. Or they have a great set of preset templates for you. And you can take those templates and make other things. Here's the list of some of the templates. These are some things that I have played with or used for someone. And that template basically is it's the bones, right? It's the foundation for your house. The thing I love about the template is that you can take it and you can tweak it, right? So once you have those bones, you can kind of start restructuring it and building a new house. So there's lots of opportunity and lots of different templates, Dr. Hope. What type of app are you envisioning?
I do health. I'm a health wellness doctor, and I have a number of courses. I'm ready to launch it. Is it Glide, Glide, or
Yes,
is that how you?
it is.
And I run a nonprofit called Children's Futures. I actually just was on another room, and someone was bragging that she's making like $25,000 a month from doing this, and I just felt she was not my right mentor. And I found you. I think you can teach me, and I think this will be a wonderful way for me to monetize. And thank you for showing up right now. I appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. Sure. I would love to be of assistance to you any way that I could. There is opportunity here to meet people where they are, right? People are attached to their phones. So it gives that opportunity to further establish the relationship, put important information at their fingertips. And it makes it simple for you too. The new version of the Glide app. Oh my gosh, Christelle, there's another showing tomorrow. It's going to be a little bit more detailed. But anyway, you can actually speak into the app and it'll record your audio. So Dr. Hope, just imagine that you had something critical you needed to share with a particular person in your community or your entire community. You could just jump on there and do a note. And there it is, shared out to your community. So there's a lot of potential there, and an opportunity to be successful, right? That's really, we all want to be successful so we can do other things in life. But this offers a great opportunity for whoever your clients are.
I get paid a lot, and I'm going to put this all online, so I just can't keep seeing everybody. It's consumes so much of my time, and I know Children's Defense Fund well from Congress, and Sharon, I back channeled you and left you my number. I'd like to bring you into my team and have a dialogue with you. Thank you for teaching me today.
Oh, absolutely. Would love to have a chat. Love learning, love sharing. Love it. Any other questions, anyone? Okay, so now we're going to move on and we're going to talk about interaction. So, what type of interaction do you want in your app? That's the other thing to consider. So the app has some opportunity. Now, it is not going to be the best format you're going to need for taking a full out 100-question test. That's where you're going to need an integration, right? So you're going to have to go and look at Glide. Glide has many integrations. Let's see. I thought they did have a thing here. I don't see it currently. I have to go to their website, but they have a number of sites that they integrate with. So that means that your student or your client, whoever would be in Glide, they would, in the app, they would click the button and it would take them out to take the test if it's a lengthy test. So there's that opportunity. But if it's just a small little quiz of a few questions, there's totally opportunity to do that within the app. So you won't have to go out. You could do a simple little test for them. Maybe you have an onboarding quiz, a pre-assessment or post-assessment. So there is that opportunity there to be able to have that. So there's a quizzing opportunity. This is Kahoot right here. This is a link. I'm not sure if Glide interacts with Kahoot, but that's something we can investigate as we go on. Instagram stories. Now, you can post things that are on the web inside your app. So if you have YouTube, if you have Instagram, if you have, Facebook, I think if you're public, you could share those things in the app. So those are another way that you can engage your students. This is all about finding ways to please them as they take your courses or have your content, so they can, stay into the app and be satisfied with the product that they've been given. Twitter polls, of course, you could do a poll out there. You could put it in the app and they'd be able to do that as well. SurveyMonkey, you could use SurveyMonkey in the app to be able to be interactive. There is the ability, as I said, to do somewhat of a survey in the app. So you can do yes, no questions in the app. You can have flashcards in the app. I love my flashcards. Let's see if I can find them for you, so you can see what those look like. Bear with me 1 second. No, it's not in Collab. I have so many projects going on, you guys. I'm excited about a project coming up. So I didn't mention this to you all, but I know folks that have been a part of this class for a little bit now. The apps are now built with AI. So there's the opportunity to use the artificial intelligence in your app to be able to do additional things. And I am still in the process of continuing to learn about that. There is a session tomorrow on that, and I partner with someone. His name is Jesus, and he is wonderful. And Jesus is going to be also helping me with some of the, okay, where is my,
Is that gonna be on Clubhouse tomorrow?
no, if you go out and look at Glide's YouTube, it's going to be on their YouTube tomorrow. I'm not sure of the time off the top of my head. I want to think it's like 1, but it's going to show the integration and, oh, there you are, and how that works.
Is that Eastern or Pacific?
Well, they're in London. So I'm not sure exactly. I'd have to go out and look and find that.
Well, if you go on it, will you teach us what you learned?
Absolutely. Oh, that's going to be a part of the program. So I'm sure, most of the people that are going to have the app, they're going to want to have that AI because AI is where it's at now. So you need a app that's driven with AI. It's going to be wonderful. That's going to have a component of Chat GPT in it. And you
have to write all my courses. I wrote a book and I just finished a clinical trial with AI.
Oh, you do clinical trials. That is exciting. I can't wait to talk to you. Yeah, so that's going to be a very big important part of it. So here are flashcards that are in the app. Now, as I mentioned, I had different levels of the app. The flashcards were a freebie that I offered. Now, many of you could offer flashcards in something that you're doing. It just gives another way for it to be interactive, very simple. This one is on HCC category, right? And then they need to know what the category is. So they click it and it tells them what it is. So very simple. But you could do different things with this just to make it interactive. And Glide is growing.
I don't know what a flashcard is.
A flashcard would be, it has a answer or question on one side, and then you flip it over and it has the answer on the other side. So in the app, and I'm not sure if she's on YouTube. Are you on YouTube? Did you follow the YouTube? No. Okay, I think it's in the chat.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So, so this just, Glide's always coming out with new things, trying to be innovative. And this is just something simple that you can use just as folks, if you have things they're trying to remember, you'd like them to get better at, this is a easy way that you can do that. And it can be interactive for your clients or your student. And then, of course, you have the opportunity to link up your Google Forms there. So those are some things that, you can do to be interactive. This on the screen is just a snapshot of what the module is going to look like once we get that going. And you're just going to have the opportunity to learn so much. I'm very excited about it. So are there any other questions that we have? And definitely grab the 2 articles that are in the chat. So the first article is about monetization. The second article is about interaction. And of course, there's the wait list at the bottom where you can get on the wait list to join the course once we launch that.
When's the next Clubhouse?
There'll be one next Thursday. I think next Thursday will be my last Clubhouse session. Well, just talking about the apps in this way, but then we're going to be moving on to course building and doing some other things and having some other conversations as well.
You mean it's coming Thursday or a week from Thursday?
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Tuesday. Today's Tuesday. My days are all mixed up. Next Tuesday, 6:30.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Okay, are there any other questions? I think this has been great. I'm looking forward to seeing how everyone's going to want to monetize. You should have yourself a separate little sheet. And as we've met, you've got all your notes down and you're going to have in mind what type of app you want to build, how much interaction you want in there. Are you going to use lives? Are you going to use pre-recorded? Those types of things. So, Hurt, have you thought about an app? Is this something you're thinking about at all?
All day long. That's why I came in. That's why I'm looking at it. I'm glad you asked me, because I was looking at this and I said, what's the name of this program again?
Glide.
Because, go ahead.
Glide, Glide, Glide.
Okay, because I wasn't, because I saw two names on the board and I was like, wait a minute, which one is it? Okay, cool, Glide. Because the reason why I'm saying that is I can make the school an app and I can also make the school an online kind of thing. But the app can be where they may check their scores or they might do other things. And the online part is where they actually learn. You follow what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And there is an analytics piece in here, Hurt. So there is the ability to measure scores and all that stuff in here. And it's beautiful. The analytics is beautiful in here.
Oh, I can't wait. Hey, Nuala, I sent you a back message because I read your profile. And I'd like to talk more to you, but no, this is really, really freaking good. I'm excited. Thank you so much for sharing that, Sharon.
Oh, you're very welcome. Anyone else?
Yeah, Karen.
I can, yes.
Okay, I just want to say thank you so much. You are always so informative, so professional, polished, and you're pleasant. And so I really appreciate it because the stuff you are sharing with us is very good, it's very rich, but it can be tedious. So thank you for your presentation, the way you're presenting it. And I just wanted to comment. I love it. I'm certainly going to be doing some courses. Mine are going to be all what I do in real life, right? I'm an intellectual property lawyer, for those who don't know. But I also teach entrepreneurship at the college level. And I'm so excited for this particular Glide, this ability to use the no-code app, because people have been hearing about it. And here's a funny thing. I actually, before I got on this call an hour ago, I guess my browser knows what I've been looking at. And I received a solicitation for somebody who wanted me to buy a course creation class for $5,000. And I was like, wow, no community.
Oh, wow. Oh, you're
Just before this podcast was on another one where she was bragging she made $24,000 a month. $24,000 a month from online courses. I was mad at her. I didn't like her. I mean, I was a little jealous, but Sharon, you make me feel like I can do it. So thank you.
Oh, you totally can. Yes, and you're in the right place. The OCC is where it is at. You know, Christelle and the team is so supportive. And all of the creators, every one of them are, supportive, there for you, and offering guidance and tips. So you are definitely in a good zone.
You know what I think she did, which got me so kind of triggered, is she took a weekend course and became an expert at about 6 different therapies, and has written a course now on it. And I could tell like her depth was about very shallow, and that's what meant she's making, quite a bit of money per month. And I don't want to do it just for money. I want to do it for quality.
Yes, that's a little scary, actually, but thank you for sharing that for sure. So Hurt.
Oops.
Go ahead, Tina.
What I have to say, you can wait. Go ahead.
Okay, awesome. I just want to iterate what has been said, and just gratitude me and my schedule, I've had anxiousness about being a coach more than just a boutique coach because of my acting schedule. And so it's just always been a little bit of a hindrance on myself. So I just see a wide open door possibility. I finally see the possibilities of quality content that I can provide and service, whether it's the app, so having Zoom live on an app, oh my God, that's a game changer. And the recorded videos on an app, because that's just more customization and a personalized experience. And that's what I've been thinking for like years, let me tell you. So I'm just so excited and grateful for you. And I definitely will be in your conversation in your community.
Oh, absolutely. You could totally have an app. Yes, that is going to be exciting.
I was gonna say, yeah, I forgot about IT. You asked me if I could do accent. Regardless of what I do, no, I don't know. But I do. I'm a buddy boss specialist. That's the platform I help people build their accent. But going to like what I'm hearing inside of here. And I always think of things, something that's as far as like communities, right? Somebody said like they were offering courses without communities. So like I got into communities. Facebook, it's like really stuff. Most business owners want to personalize the experience that they have with their community in a variety of ways. We're all super creative. And most platforms do not allow it. They restrict you in some type of way, whether it's Facebook group, whether it's Patreon, whether it's school, whether it's Discord in some way. So when you use no-code platform, and there are a plethora, there are a lot, they all do different things, there are pros and cons. But, I want to say just don't feel discouraged when you meet the right people, like saying, or you're in a community. You'll realize that a lot of this, like I think what the lady was saying earlier, like a lot of you guys has been just not exposed to the right person speaking. And it's good to have those spirits because I've been in the tech space a lot for a long time, and that's even the same thing with like reselling. Because software is so crazy, especially I don't want to say especially now with AI, because I don't look at it that way. You have the ability to copy and clone at a very high level. And there's going to be a lot of people that take advantage of that, whether they're trying to teach courses or talk to you about communities and things like that. So it's definitely be observing for somebody who can take you down the wrong path with technology, which usually happens a lot. And it's just bad on the mental. It makes a bad kind of like, perspective when you have great communities and groups like this talking about SaaS and no code in general. Like I have a community called SaaSpreneurs. And it's to help people unlock their inner SaaSpreneur because we all use as business owners no-code platforms, whether you realize it or not.
Yeah.
These no-code platforms allow you to scale really, really fast and do amazing things. It's the same platforms that the enterprise companies are using at a higher level. They just have developers and things.
Exactly.
So, yeah, that's all.
Oh, I love that, Chowder. Because
I'd like to say something real quick to Doc. Is that okay?
Sure, go ahead, Hurt.
Dr. Hope.
Sure, go ahead, Hurt.
Cool. Dr. Hope, are you there? Paging Dr. Hope. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, thank you so much for that, Chowder.
Wait, I'm here.
Oh, go ahead,
It
then.
took me a while to get my phone back on. I'm there.
So I wanted to explain why that happens if I have your permission.
Sure, I kind of know why, but go ahead. Thanks.
So the reason why you do that on a good side, on a good human side, not on a collecting money side, is if you have a product that people need, you want to crank out the best product you can, but with speed. All right. Quality takes time. And so when you're creating something, you want to make it where it's workable and doable, and then you put it out there because you have a lot of people who need. And as time changes, then you upgrade as the money keeps coming in. And then you just tier people off And that's how you do it. But what a lot of people do is the money starts rolling in. And so they use that money to just mass produce even more and mass produce even more. So they're making $25,000 a month simply because there's over like what 2 billion people on the internet. If you can mass produce enough, you're going to hit a percentage of that. And so they're making the 25,000 a month because they're just mass producing, but they're never upgrading. So what's happening is they'll be losing a lot of customers. So when the rough times come, that $25,000 a month will drop to 15. It might even drop to 8. So the reason why I say that is I do agree with you creating quality. And at the same time, you want to make sure that you don't spend a lot of time trying to create quality, and you want to put out quantity that is good product. And as the money comes in, and you upgrade. All right, I'm done.
AI's already created my scripts. I let AI already do the writing for me, which I tell you, the real good prompter, you can get some, somebody knows how to prompt correctly, some tremendous material. I wrote a book called Quantum Physics and Spirituality.
Oh, nice. Where is it?
It's still in, I'm working, I want to turn it into my course. So that's what I want to turn into a course.
Okay, yeah, see, and then I'll shut up. That right there. You just wrote a book. It's not just a course, it's a book and a course. So, I mean, it's like.
I did it. It's really well done. It's ready. It's totally ready to go. And I just needed, that's why Sharon, I got really upset when she talked to me right before I met you. And so you really have been an answer to God's prayer. Thank you.
So I'm done.
She wanted to call me and I told her not to. And we will need an intellectual property attorney. So I'm glad to meet you. I back channeled you.
What's been talking about is important. I think, I don't know if you were referring to Kern, but that's what it sounds like you're talking about. A lot of people that talk about high quality stuff are going to have a lot of Kern. That basically means your subscribers are going to fall. People are not going to be in your community or
Yeah.
Which are you use for your book?
I used ChatGPT, but I learned I had an AI expert help me do it, and that was a God thing. He was an expert and he helped create it. But I learned I've been doing a lot of AI courses on Clubhouse actually, and but God did kind of put an expert in my path, and he knew how to prompt it. And there's nothing like having an AI expert as a friend. It's a good friend to have, as is someone who knows how to use guides. So ChatGPT he just used, and there's also a new app called I'm going to have to remember it. I keep getting these blanks of what they're called. Proximity. There's one called Proximity, a new AI platform. So, but if you pray like the way I prayed, an AI expert will show up and help you.
I love that.
Yeah, a little bit about AI.
Please.
Okay. I'm on the fence about AI because I love what it creates, but I also am very cognizant that legally, the legal field right now, the United States Patent and Trademark Office doesn't know what to do with AI yet. They have acknowledged it simply isn't going away. But the law, and I don't know if a lot of people here know, that the United States Constitution gives us the right to essentially own what we create, what a human being creates with their mind. And so with that, the patent the trademark, the copyright, all of that is really supposed to be human generated, not AI generated. And as the law stands right now, currently you are not, technically you're not supposed to be able to trademark or copyright or any way protect something that is AI generated. Now there's a big comma but, okay, and this is what is being explored right now. However, when you use your mind to generate the prompt that created the thing, whether it be the book or the process or the painting, and you can document your steps on how essentially they were your tool, much like a pen or extension of a computer, then you by all means can use it. And so as you use AI, always keep in mind, make it your own, put in your own special sauce. I'm sure everyone is already doing that because there are people who have done things already approved for copyright, and then it was revoked when someone found out, wait a minute, this actually did contain some AI, so we can't protect it.
Auntie, all of Hollywood is on strike over this. The Writers Guild. I mean, I've been in room after room discussing it, and I'm not really I don't want AI India to take over the world. Like, I think it's a double-edged sword. And, you know, I've got a colleague who's an expert in doing ethics around AI, but I'm pretty convinced he's a British government place. I mean, what I know about Elon Musk's motivation for Twitter is that he's using Twitter to gather all AI information as well as Tesla. So, I mean, you know, I think there's important to have a boundary, but to write a course and generate monetization while I sleep, I'm all for it. Anything to monetize while I'm sleeping, I'm all for it.
I love it, Dr. Hope. I actually am in LA right now.
Correct.
I'm near 405 freeway, so I totally, you know, I'm aware.
I'm in Palm Springs, so I'm in California, in Palm Desert, so we'll have to connect. I think we're gonna make a great community here. I think we're gonna have a wonderful community.
And you're somewhere outside of LA, aren't you, for now?
No, I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. Sherry's in California.
This is Gina, I'm in California.
Oh, great. We got a little West Coast.
Hi, Eric. Are you listening, Eric? He's a great contributor. Are you hearing us, Eric? He says listening.
Well, while Eric's looking for his mic, okay, he's not speaking. He's got a
He's
sore
the only
throat.
white boy. He's a little nervous. He's the only white
He's
boy.
got a sore throat. He's been sick over the.
Oh, you're sick. You went on that vacation. I'm sorry.
But
Try to.
as a businessman, one of the things that I'm doing, because what Auntie is talking about, attorney-wise, legal-wise, is very true. But one of the things that I'm doing is I'm just going to be stacking my paper and just wait to let the business go. Because if it turns out to where it's going to be more expensive for me to save my work and protect my work and keep my work, then I'll just let it all go, and it'll just be unsafe and undocumented, and I'll just do it again, because the information that I created came from me. AI wrote it, but it came from me. So as long as I'm stacking my paper, when I lose the business or I lose that level of income, my life isn't over, because I have paper to just redo whatever is done according to the legal way that's needed. So it's like, until they figure it out, just make your money. And then once they figure it out, then you have to find an attorney or whatever to figure out if it's worth keeping it or just letting it go. That's me, not any legal advice. It's just what I'm doing as a businessman. Put her out.
Yeah, Herb, I appreciate you saying that, because I think there's a lot to be said for what you are saying. I have to say, I've been, I'm retired now, but I did spend several years with regulatory agencies like the USPTO, even though that wasn't mine, but I was with 4 others. And then I also spent some time in-house. And so I always go back to my time in-house counsel where, sometimes you have to take a calculated risk. I appreciate what you're it, you're documenting it too. So you may not even fall in this category. You may very well be able to own it with a simple, just paper trail of what you did and how you did it. But for those who cannot, all that means is you cannot get the protection of stopping others from using it. There will be copycats. And I think, and I wish Christelle was in here because she says this so well, and it's so true. The reality is people are buying you and your brand, right? Nobody can copy you. The way you do it, your secret sauce. And so that's why I encourage people to put the secret sauce in it. I definitely don't think anybody should not use AI for fear of getting in trouble. The AI, the way someone would potentially get in trouble with AI would be is if AI, the system you're using, verbatim, picked up somebody else's work who they had actually filed for, applied for, and gotten approved, either a copyright or trademark or a patent, and then you would get a letter saying cease and desist. If you made a little money, they might just say, "And give me my money," but you're not going to jail for that. And so I think it's a good point that you made, Hurt. Take a little risk, people. Know what you can own, know what you can't own, and act accordingly.
Auntie, I'm gonna send you my number, okay? I'd like to collaborate with you if you're okay with that. Are you okay with that?
Of course, always.
Thank you.
OCC, bringing people together.
I love all of that. So I just put 2 links in the chat. And if you have ChatGPT on your phone, on the ARPM, you can use that. And one of them is called Trick Out My Business. And it is going to help you create let me tell you exactly what it says. It's going to help you with your no-code app pricing, your social media posting for it. It's going to come up with your wait list message, as well as a pitch that you're going to use for your customers for your business. So it's called Trick Out My App Business. I don't have it on the web version. It's just on the mobile version. And the other is, I'm not sure if that posted, is a make it easy statement. So the make it easy statement, for example, let me put this in the chat, and then, well, is it not going? Okay, the first one went. Oh, it doesn't want to post the second one. Let's see if I can do it again. Has anybody tried it? Have you gone straight to it?
Hey, you guys,
No.
I need to tell you one thing. I grew up in Detroit. Okay, I just wanted to throw that out there.
Okay, I'll share that on the Buy Me a Coffee, but I know the first one posted, and that's going to help you with your information for your app once you get there. And then the other one's a make it easy statement. So it'll say that your app makes it easy for XYZ. Hurt, I tried yours earlier today. It was amazing. I just put in something like student summer school for AI. And it had a great message for that. And I know most of us are using other AI tools, but I just wanted to do this to give you an idea of the possibilities there. And one more thing I want.
Yeah, it was Christelle's, not mine. Are you talking about my app? Or are you talking about my website?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm just saying that, all of us play with AI, so we'll be able to come up with those things ourselves, right? But I just wanted to share that with you guys.
Oh, hell yeah. That's awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, and I'm going to show you this Hurt on the screen real quick. So this is an example of the analytics that you can get in the tool. So there you can see how it changes so easily based on the number of CE units that this person had. That was the basis of the app. And it just, but you can do many things. This is just one example. And then I had it where they could upload their certificates for their continuing education. So they could keep track of their continuing education units. So that gives you an idea of what some of the analytics are that you can do. But one more thing I want to say is you guys are going to be able to build your own apps and be able to help others, or, do apps as well. So it is not that complicated. The complicated piece comes with making relationships. So you're going to have to understand how to make those relationships. And then if you want to do some other things, that's where your support changes, because then it becomes more complex, right? And I showed you guys a couple of weeks ago, you can go back and listen to the replays, what some of those relationships are like that you have to establish. And Chowder knows totally what I'm talking about. So that's where the complexity and thought changes. But I think I am done today. This has been an awesome session. Any other questions from anyone?
Yeah, Sharon, I just processed what you just said. My apologies.
Uh-huh.
So you went to the summer camp, the AI Success Summer Camp for Youth, and it talked to you?
Now, what I did was I was playing with the prompt last night, trying to see if it worked. And so I said, oh, Hert's doing something for teenagers in summer camp and AI. So I put that in summer camp, teenagers, AI training, and it gave me your pricing. It gave me a pitch for you that you're going to use for your customers. It gave me a message that you're going to have to put on your wait list. It gave me all of that. And so that's what I was saying. I was playing around with it. I did a couple of different things just to make sure my prompt worked properly, and it does.
Well, the website's done, so I'll send you well, it's not done, but it's 94% done. I'll send you the link so you can see what I did with it.
Excellent. I just love what you're doing, Hert. I think that's awesome.
Have you launched it, Hert, yet? Because I'm going to a educational conference tomorrow, and I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to present who I am at the event, but have you launched it?
I'll send you the link, and I will do my best to launch it by tomorrow afternoon. I wasn't planning on it, but I will put the bare minimum in there, and there won't be any pricing.
Are you serious?
So they're gonna have to put themselves on a wait. But yeah, I'll send you the link. I'll message you. Could you please message me?
Did we use an AI website to launch it?
I most certainly did. I used Gamma.
Gamma?
It's what I learned when I'm a member of the OCC, and we were practicing it and going over it today. But I found out about it this week, and so I've been working on it since then.
Very cool. Okay, I'll bet you.
Please, by all means.
And Auntie Donna, if I were you, that would be the site I'm using for anything that you're trying to create that is you wanting to do something a little more with it. Like when you start working with your book or something like that. Gamma, it's different in that it's just so connected to the web. I think that's probably going to be your best bet with legal stuff, because I'm in that regulatory space. So that's where I'm going to be probably with Gamma. ChatGPT does some great things with that. But once again, I don't know how current it is when it comes to things like that are just so precise and just need to be up to date and all those things. That's where I would start playing around some if I were you.
I appreciate that, Sharon. And I already have 6 courses off of Gamma, okay? That's and like we've been saying consistently, sometimes though you do have to put your own because it's
Yes.
like with any class, you'll learn, you can take English with me and English with you, and you might learn 80% the same, but 20% will be different, and the devil is in the difference. So thank you for that, Sharon.
Absolutely. Well, Christelle, do you have anything to say to wrap it on up? Are you available? This has been great.
Can I ask a question, Sharon?
Sure. Hey.
I'm about to use, I was in Squarespace, but I'm about to use WordPress for the first time. And I've been told the easiest way to create a website on WordPress is to use its 10 web. So it's how does that compare with Gamma? Because I'm new to all that.
Oh my gosh, you don't have to do anything but put in what you want. That's that's how it compares. You don't do any work.
I want to tell her.
Sure, Kurt, go ahead.
Who said that?
That was Nula. I'll go after.
So, Nula, oh my God. So imagine this. You ready for this?
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay, cool. So whatever's in your head about what you think a website should look like, okay? All you gotta do is type that in. You get about 340 characters to do. So you can type in, I want this website for this product with this genre. I want 4 modules. I want blah, 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 blah. You got 340 characters. I'd use every single one and hit enter. It will give you an outline of what your website's gonna look like. And then once it gives you an outline about what your website is gonna look like, you hit enter and it pops out your website. Now, if you're doing it on your phone, you can't edit it. But if you do it on your computer, you can edit it. So once you do that, all you got to do is edit, copy, and paste, hit preview, and throw it up on the internet with your host or because you said you were using WordPress, so that means you already have your GoDaddy profile.
No, hers is different. Where it doesn't. It's like that, but it's not like that. It's different.
No. But she's got GoDaddy.
No, but she's using Cleanweb. The hosting doesn't work the same as GoDaddy as far as the works. You have a Cleanweb.
Oh, yeah. So you're using TenWeb. So all you got to do is take that information that you have for TenWeb, and Chowder will talk to you a little bit about that. You can back channel him as well. And then you take that information from TenWeb that you already put on your website. Put it there, and bam, you have a website.
My no code app. So people take my course.
Yeah, man, you can check it out.
What you want to ask me?
So before I get my answer, I'm not a Cleanweb expert. I've been using the platform 2 years actually before they came out with GPT integrations. The difference, I would say, to really you're actually in a great opportunity. I would get feedback from Sharon and Kurt, but TenWeb actually does the same thing. So TenWeb is actually automated WordPress hosting. The whole concept of TenWeb was to make WordPress hosting better, because most companies that do WordPress hosting, like GoDaddy, Bluehost, and all that, contrary, this is what it said, that the support in customer service is very terrible, especially when it comes to doing things in your hosting environment and things beyond that. Now, what TenWeb does when it first started is you have the ability. So, for instance, let's say you were on Wix or Shopify. It doesn't matter what website it is. You can take any URL link of that website, put it in TenWeb, and it will recreate that website in a WordPress format in Elementor as a page builder. That's one very small, powerful part, but also the page builder Elementor and other Elementors have that same AI capability where, yes, you can put a prompt in and it will generate image, it will generate code, it will generate everything else. The only big difference that I would say that it is from Gamma, and I hate to be a WordPress advocate, the only thing I don't like about most page builder AI websites is that they do not help SEO. They don't really do anything or have anything set up when it comes to that. And even if they do, it's kind of hard to really compare with WordPress when it comes to SEO. Google's bias, there's so many plugins that make it easy. So I think those are the core things that, at least that I would look at if you were actually like, ask me what questions can you put in information and generate something? Yes, you can do that on both platforms. I would say TenWeb is probably a little bit more, I'm not going to say advanced. From what I've heard from multiple people speak about Gamma, I'm not sure if on Gamma now you can add domains, custom domains. If you can, that's really, really great. But I do like that's another problem. You make a website, but if you really want it to be branded and under your domain, you can add a domain right now. I think those are the things to look at that are important, besides the fact that just putting in something and it generates something, if that makes sense. That's from just a WordPress standpoint. The whole point about WordPress, besides the customability, pricing, and all that, is the SEO. It talks to, like, Google is just biased when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah, and I think the what we were looking at as well is you could do all the pieces you needed to do in Gamma and have your landing page. So I don't think it was so much about creating the website, which it is a website, fully functional. But we were kind of initially talking about building landing pages for your courses, but definitely functional that way. And I would edit it. It's still editable. So you can still go in there and ask, if you're not sure what words can make it SEO ready, you go to one of those prompts and you get one of those SEO ready prompts and you take that text and copy it in that prompt and come up with something that's more SEO ready and paste it back in to that website. So there are workarounds for that if you're having some SEO concerns.
Can I hop in here for a second?
Go ahead, Christelle.
Okay, so while you all were talking, I went to TenWeb because I hadn't actually gone through with it all the way. I was looking at both Gamma and TenWeb and got so excited about Gamma because I threw up a website in, less than 30 seconds. So I just went through the whole TenWeb process. It took me significantly longer. It was more tedious, and I couldn't go any further because they charge a monthly subscription. So I don't have a website from TenWeb. This is why I'm using Gamma right now. I'm not saying don't go try TenWeb, but I'm all about accessibility and ease. And I just spent 10 minutes on TenWeb. And at the end, I don't have a website because, I got hit with the paywall. Whereas with Gamma, I've made 5 landing pages and websites in less than 10 minutes using AI. So for me, it's a no-brainer. It's just a no-brainer.
And as a person who is a WordPress person, I'm in total agreement with Christelle. And those are things that are important to me. Like, you make the decision. Besides me being like a WordPress,
Oh God, he's changing his whole
I'm a
thing.
person that's also like,
What he said a second ago.
that's the tool you use for a variety of things. They in that WordPress is just a different monster. If you don't have a person to help you, or you want to be in like what we're talking about now, like, I'm making this post tomorrow and I need something as fast without a paywall on like ClickFunnels or whatever the case may be. Gamma and some of these tools are definitely the way. When most people talk about
He backed up all that.
When I refer to SEO,
I didn't want to be too much longer.
like that. But I do think if somebody asks us questions, I like to clarify, because you can't really know the difference if you at least don't have multiple people that can give their perspective on it, if it makes sense. And I know some people haven't used TenWeb, and unfortunately, Christelle, they used to have a 30-day trial. I used to actually have a 60-day trial, but because so many people have hyped up AI, they've just hate when people are joining, but won't fix the platform. But it does kind of suck. But if anybody ever does feel like they want to go that right, feel free to message me in the back channel. I would probably advise staying into like Gamma, 1 second site, all those things to get something up and running for your landing pages.
You have said before that before you got turned on to Gamma, how you were able to navigate the SEO ranking for the OCC. class, state class. But I don't know if you can do that with Gamma, because I'm looking at what you guys are talking about.
No, what Crowder is saying is right. And I wouldn't recommend using Gamma for that. So Crowder, I really appreciate your perspective here because it's important for people to know the levels of this, right? Like Gamma is to throw something up quickly. And so many people, like I was saying earlier, will never put up a landing page or a website because they feel like it's too difficult. So Gamma solves that problem for people that just, you can literally put in, you know, a 300 character prompt, and now you have an entire website. It's not going to be the website you want at the end of the day when you want it to be found on the Google search page with SEO, right? So that's more advanced and that's later. But if using Gamma gets you a website up, and gets you a landing page and has you have a way to share your course and put a wait list up, then it solves the problem. And then I would say over time, learn how to. I use GoDaddy, and GoDaddy has a wonderful SEO process. It's a great builder. That's what I use for one-click course creator. So that's what I recommend as the next level. But again, we're talking some, it's like different levels to this, right? And so Gamma is great for that really quick, just get it up. Then I imagine 10Web, GoDaddy, WordPress, these other sites are better for that next level, that advanced level.
So let me just clarify. For me, I'm a person, I'm a hybrid person. So I want to incorporate all the goodnesses if I can. And I guess what I'm really getting to is there a way to use your GoDaddy site or your primary SEO site, and then maybe have Gamma be a page in that site?
Oh, that's a great question.
You can embed Gamma for subdomain.
Right.
You
Wait,
can
can you embed Gamma into like a GoDaddy site or just WordPress?
So for clarification, I believe that GoDaddy actually uses the WordPress like just ecosystem. They may have rebranded it because I've never known I could be wrong. I've never known to use anything else. But as far as like
GoDaddy and they use WordPress, yes.
exactly. So as far as embedding, and if anybody doesn't know this, most websites can be something called iframe. So what you can do, because we're talking about code page here. Now I know Gamma, I believe you can like copy the code, but let's say you want to embed a website that you can't. You can go to something like iframegenerator.com. All you do is take that website, put it inside the thing, it'll automatically generate the height and width. And then you would go into any page builder or anything where you simply input HTML because it's going to iframe it, which is basically HTML. And then you embed it on that page. So in this instance, since the Gamma can't connect to SEO like I'm saying, what you could do is still make the Gamma page have a WordPress page, make it a slug or a subdomain, embed Gamma, but the WordPress page itself have all the SEO titles and tags.
Well, I'm not probably going to do that much work because SEO is words, a good portion of it. It has a lot to do with the way your site is set up, but I'm going to run those words from Gamma over here in ChatGPT in that SEO prompt that has about 1 million likes. And then I'm going to take that from that prompt and paste it back over here in my Gamma site. And now I'm more SEO ready. So I'm just, if
be the point then of we were having the same conversation with Martin yesterday because Martin was like, you can just put it in Canva or put it in WordPress. And we're like, why? So Sharon, are you saying that we can be SEO friendly with a Gamma site?
Totally, absolutely. Your site's ready, right? The positioning of things, the look, I think Gamma has a great look. That has a lot to do. Yeah, that has a lot to do with SEO, but the words, that's where we all screw up when we make our website. We don't know the words to make it searchable. We don't know those top 50 words and I'll go 20 that everybody's looking for to find us, so even if you go out there and get a GoDaddy and you just give it to someone to put some words on there, you're not going to be SEO optimized because you don't know what you're doing. But if you have a ChatGPT prompt that knows how to optimize SEO, oh yeah, I'm going to go and slap those words in there. And then I'm going to go back over here to Gamma and slap them in there. And now
Is
more,
there any other reason, like, let's say you have a WordPress site and then a Gamma site, and they both have the same words, they have the same keywords. Is there any reason why a WordPress site would then be more SEO?
Because the clarity on that, few reasons, and I may have been using the words wrong here. What I'm talking about is when your Google My Business profile, that's to be specific when I say SEO. So usually your Google My Business profile is tied to your domain, which you can actually tie keywords to, opposed to most, and I could be wrong, Yammer and other tools, they cannot do that. So when I'm not saying like it's not SEO friendly, I mean as in the terms of when you actually go to Google, that box may not appear if you do not have your Google My Business profile, which does play a heavy part in your SEO. Now, to answer your question on why a WordPress website might have more SEO is because there are plugins that are specifically built that have partnerships with Google that do all of those things for you, which might be similar to like what Phil said that GoDaddy had. But it was built that way.
But did you hear what he said? He said plugins, which means WordPress doesn't have SEO. WordPress itself is not friendly. WordPress has apps that are Google friendly.
So Gamma
So
could potentially get those.
Gamma will do exactly that.
Yeah. They will be they have to be competitive in the SEO world, however I say that. Now I don't know if this is what you're talking about, Carter, because I'm still new at this, which is why this is so fun for me that we can whip up websites so fast. But I was able to attach a domain name. I don't know if that's what you were talking about, but I was able to attach
No,
it.
for Gamma, it probably now, I think maybe when I first met you, I know a lot of things. But I remember I heard that couldn't put custom domain on Gamma. Even besides, I was using it the first time. Most of the SEO of what I'm talking about has to specifically come with your Google. I don't know what people profile, and you did not, let's say, for instance, even put in that website, that Gamma website, it will not help your SEO. It's that, because that is what directly tied to like your business.
So if we want SEO friendly websites, we need to make sure that we have the Google.
Oh, listen, I'm gonna say if listen to me, please, everybody. If you do not have a Google My Business, I will host a free class tomorrow. It takes less than 15 minutes to set up. I do not care how much AI is in the world. Google My Business, search data, being able to get leads from that, it is free. It is no excuse why no business could have one. It is free. It is a very great, underrated resource. As a any marketing agent, it's the number one thing. I go look at. I'll be happy to do it tomorrow. Just send me a message. I'll be here.
Hey, Crowder, you're down in the blue circle. There is now an AI plugin for Google My Business or Google Business Page that will automatically update SEO keywords backlink. Like I was playing with it really briefly, but if you build the basic and then import, I think it's an extension, it will go out and be like, no, you need to upgrade this, do this, switch this. So
yes, all the way. Yes, I think I know what you're talking about. They even do it like people don't know. You can Google the information that you put in Google My Business can appear in a certain SERP, which is like when you type in a question, that little drop box. All that has to do with that. The local data, somebody search it up, wherever, like is your credit repair company. All of that directly plays a part with Google. We're not even talking about Google Time, and all these other things. Like when we talk about how companies really track you and all these other things, very important. I don't want to get too sidetracked, but Google My Business is very important.
Why don't you do a room on it? I'll come. Just let us know when and ping us. I'll come listen.
Well, I was being this earlier, and I don't mean to take away from her room. If somebody, one of the moderators in here, wants to just let me know a time and they start a room, schedule it, I'll be happy to go over it, no problem. It takes about
Let's
like
see you at
20 minutes.
12 o'clock if you want to come, Chowder, at any time.
Yeah, you should let us know.
Of the anniversary, are you a member of the OCP Academy?
I'm actually not a member of the OCC. Well, like I'm a member of the house. I'm not a member of the paid membership yet. We actually do
Talk to
some of the things.
Christelle about that, man.
Oh, we have. I actually plan to join. Like that's straight up front. We just actually do the same thing. But I have my own community called Sapreneurs, where I have like 5 membership sites. I'm a buddy boss consultant, so I build a lot of membership websites. You know, I'm all about software and SaaS just in general. You guys will see me inside the community very soon. I just like to
Then you make enough money to be able to pay for the membership if you already have others.
Nah, it's not that. It's more of a I can play around in a lot of products.
How about use us?
No, he's right. A lot of people ask me that. It's just when you are the head of so many. I don't have a team. That's how much automations I have. I have some, NDAs and things. I just like to try to keep it like 5 to 7 projects minimum, and once those are done, I can get into other things. Because I hope to have like already 50 courses out, be ready to go type thing.
Okay, what?
Hi to Harmony real quick. I see you on the stage. I know you've been here. We like to share a lot here, but it's great to see you. I just wanted to say that before we close out the room.
Thank you, Christelle. Oh my gosh, this has been awesome. Cannot wait till next Tuesday. We can chat again about some no code apps. And I need to put in the message, no code apps with AI. So I'll try to do that next time. But thank
There's another webinar on Thursday with Glide about their AI. I'm excited about that.
yeah, I was talking to you about it and you weren't here. I didn't realize you weren't in the space, but yeah, I am too.
Clubhouse is acting crazy.
I am too, Christelle, because he's going to actually show building. So that's going to be a great one. Can't wait for that tomorrow. And so glad you guys joined us today. I'm going to go ahead and just start my evening now. And I hope you do as well. Get some dinner if you haven't. Oh, it's kind of late for dinner, right? But thank you guys for showing up today. And I guess we will close the room if there are no other comments. Christelle, do you want to? Bye. Thanks, Hurt. Glad you came. Glad everyone came.
Really good conversation.
Thank you for teaching me.
Oh, you're welcome. And you stay in contact. You said you back channeled me, so we'll get together.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye, you guys.
Bye-bye.
Good night. Awesome and amazing.
Right, are you?
The redhead. Well, it doesn't matter because he may not have been the one to betray me, but he didn't stop it.
So after you threw him under the bus and I saved him, he should have thrown himself back into the bus?
You just don't get it.
Yes, I do. But you're really pissed at, is that he chose me over you.
Not you, what you are. I put bad guys away. You try to figure out how to let them do whatever they want. So don't come in here telling me that I'm taking something out on Harvey's client. Because I'll tell you something. She did this.
You made me an exchange.
Watch it. And then make me an offer which I'll reject because I got you quiet under rest. Well, this is the best steak I've ever had in my life. That is the best steak you will ever have in your life.
As much as I appreciate for once not having to eat my lunch from a hot dog stand. What are we doing here?
And a man just take out another man in the middle of the day for some steak and some wine and some cheesecake that's gonna knock your socks off.
Some men could, but I think you and I both know that you are not one of those men.
True that.
Hmm.
Want some more wine?
Don't mind if I do.
You gotta try this cheesecake.
Oh, no, it doesn't.
You know what I mean? Right? What do you think of that?
It looks small as a steak.
Evan,
How about you, best steak you ever had? Best steak I will ever have. Well, what are you guys, brothers? Oh, I'm just kidding. Louis here's got a lovely sister Esther, two wonderful parents. Who the hell are you? I am Mike Ross. Louis and I work together.
wanted to know who he was working for.
Oh,
And I would like you to know who's working for you. Is Mike here? He's the best steak you'll ever have.
you wanna know what you're working for? Tina, Gina, Adrian. They've been here 50 years between them. They are my family. That's what you're working for. I understand. I do not understand.
Eminent domain.
Shit.
Only every Tuesday. If we don't win, this place becomes a shopping center.
Then this place becomes a shopping center because nobody wins eminent domain cases.
But what we did, like,
Well, we get to keep his restaurant.
he would get to keep his dream with it. And I would get to keep my dream
And what is it?
to rewrite the law. And to do that is to win our little case.
What do you need to do?
You want to see Cameron?
I was just coming to apologize.
For interfering on my case.
He's pissed at you. He's going to take it out on Ava. Want to let him know the person he should be pissed at is me,
Well, it's not gonna stop him from taking it out on Ava.
which is why I was coming to apologize.
But you're also gonna apologize for sending a message that I need you to help me fight my battles for me?
I don't want to fight Cameron for you. I want to fight Cameron with you. When the evidence is stacked against you, you do what OJ did. You hired the dream team.
Oh, that's our bar. OJ.
Did he walk or not?
Fine, but I'm Johnny Cochran.
You know I know. Mike told me. Nobody had to tell me after you sent me on that wild goose chase after American Gigolo. I'm sorry. You know, it's not that you violated the sanctity of our friendship. You violated the sanctity of our gear.
You know, I got 7 more charts to do.
Oh, wow, you got to get them done by tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm trying to not, since I'm going out of town, I'm trying not to have anything left over.
Well, you leave Friday, right?
Yeah, I leave Friday.
Oh, okay.
I guess I'm just trying to make sure everything stay caught up.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Okay, then. Well, we can talk later.
Are you sure we can do it tomorrow?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. In a hurry. It ain't going nowhere.
Okay, what about how did Clubhouse go tonight?
Oh, gosh, Mary, it went awesome. You know what's always so funny? I never want to speak, but most of the time I just kill it. It's crazy. Yeah.
You really do.
Yeah, it was awesome. I got so many compliments. They said they got so much value. We talked about monetizing your app tonight and making it interactive. So they love it. And there was a guy in there, he do apps and he probably like a real tech guy. But he's trying to get him some garbage about this new site Gamma. Talking about it's not SEO optimized and it probably wouldn't get in your search engines and all that stuff. And how you probably need to put it on another site to get it in the search engines. And I said, SEO is only about the way your site is accessible and the words. I said, I could go to GoDaddy all day and make a site or WordPress. And if I ain't got the words in there that's going to come up in the search engine, it's going to be garbage. I said, so just take that and put it in one of those AIPRM SEO optimization things. Take those words, put them in there, and then pop them back in Gamma if you don't think they SEO optimized. And then he was like, oh, yeah, well, I don't think I said that right. I don't think, everybody understands. Child, please. He just trying to sell his service. He in there trying to putting up his little link for his little stuff he got. But no, that's not true. SEO has to do with the language, the content that is in your website, and whether it will get hit or not based off freaking buzzwords. That's how SEO is, and how you can access those things.
Well, you were there to tell me that. Then tell me that just marries the words and say the right words, put the right words in. I mean, that's how it's about.
Exactly. And he said, and Chris Dell brought backing up. Chris Dell said, well, this is just really a landing page. And, later on you can build your website, but this is just a way to get a landing page because it'll take whatever you put in there and it'll build you a whole website in like seconds. And so she said that, and then I jumped in and I said, no, I ain't doing none of that. Trying to go and do all this because all you got to do is optimize your words because you can do all this other stuff all day, but that don't mean you searchable.
Well, they also told you, well, I don't know if it was Dan or somebody else, that what causes you to pop up to the top too is having the right words. And I want to say somebody told me the more people that visit your site, that helps you too.
Oh yeah, yeah, visit. So child, please. He just up there trying to sell his stuff, but I was ready for him. I don't know that much, but I know enough. All right, Mary, I got to get this call. Talk to you later. Bye. Hey, Martin, how are you doing? Yeah, it's a good time. I killed Clubhouse tonight. It was awesome. I killed it, Martin.
That's good. That's what to do.
Yeah, what's up?
Wanted to get the title for tomorrow, and also just run down and I could get a sense from you how you wanted to start, with where you want to land at. I definitely want to talk about the AI, and the women. But I'm also interested in giving out some tips and tricks.
Yeah.
So I didn't know, if you had any thoughts about how, Michelle Obama, when they go high, we go low, they go low, we go, so which direction you want to go as far as,
Well, I think telling them some tools that they can use just to start learning things is great. And maybe we can break down some of those tools like Gamma, is also inclusive, right? Site. Learning about prompt generating, playing around with AIPRM, things like that.
That's good. That reminded me, I gotta talk to now, I don't fully understand. I read her words and I heard what she said. I don't fully understand how she
use Hey Pie.
I don't like Hey Pie Martin. I don't.
Well, what?
But I know how she's using you. One good thing you can use for Hey Pie is it will text it to your WhatsApp. That's all I like.
Well, so what I don't understand is like, did she copy and paste the stuff from ChatGPT into
Yeah.
Hey Pie?
Yeah.
But she didn't give it a prompt at all. And so she give it she copy and paste it and take this and make it into
Right. Yes. That's what she said she does. Mm-hmm.
I felt like though when I read her text, it was a little more complicated. But she said something. What intrigued me was what she said. I think she said something like she was doing some kind of orders or people something. And I was like, oh, interesting. I think he was talking about a course that she coded to do something with
Like a table. That was the part.
maybe so you know like it's it was just something that kind of really complicated. I'm not complicated, but intriguing and thrown up to them. So, okay, but we probably not talking about hip hop. That's no problem.
Well, I can talk about Hey Pie now because Hey Pie does have an emotional component. So I could see someone, if you're really involved in like astrology and science and stuff like that, I think Hey Pie could probably talk to you about your personality and relating it to, astrology and stuff. So I think there's advantages to it, but it's not something I want to use all the time to build my content. That's probably a better way to say it.
So I feel like one of the issues with people's content is, I'm not speaking about yours specifically, but I'm thinking is that it doesn't until they went to ChatGPT.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's so bad in the sense that I say so bad, it's just like copy and paste. They don't add anything. There was a guy on Instagram, he said, if you add human intelligence to AI, you now have enhanced intelligence.
Uh-huh.
And AI intel right now is just so, it reminds me of when word 7 or word, when they had the templates for the resume and, people, you can tell it was that word because you can see the
Right.
left hand side, that was the thing.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I don't think people are really good with writing prompts either. So that's something we can give away as a little token tomorrow. I created a Notion page about prompting.
Oh, okay.
So that's one thing. And then I created something else. So I have the plan. I have 2 things that we can, give away to the group.
I'm not experienced on that also.
And I think I'm just going to start with this PowerPoint is what I used in the PDF format. And just start there and just, have conversations about, I think talking about some of the jobs that may be threatened may be a good idea.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So positive in the front, a little bit optimistic in the middle, and then how we want to end it.
I just think a positive note about how you could take opportunity to this. There's great opportunity for you to pivot and start doing things differently. I know, like we talked about Gamma today, using it on Fiverr and just starting a new career for yourself. just lots of career opportunity that you can take if you're embracing AI in a different way, showing your value on your job. Some of these AI tools, if you use them in work, they're going to elevate you and people are going to come to you as a resource.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
I was just thinking about, yeah, that's what
What you want controversial? You sound like you want something controversial. Okay.
like my church. And I feel like when I like to do things in the room, like I'm really cautious about how I move with them because they treat me like I'm a pastor, and it's like taking I definitely want you to speak, your truth and where you're at. I think that
I'm following your lead.
well, no. I need you to stand strong in your space, because you're going to be presented as a leader, and so somebody could go follow on LinkedIn and connect and other. But I think that what happens usually is that people that come, because this will be our first room in maybe three months, so they're going to come out to woodwork. But when they come in, they're gonna be like, oh, they know how the space is. It's like it's their chance to talk and shine, and impart information to each other. So,
Oh
and there's
yeah.
gonna be some people that say, well, I just gotta tell you, as a recruiter or as whatever they are on their
Right.
job, we can tell that you use ChatGPT, So I was just trying to think about. When you were talking, I was thinking about what the balance of that, so that the people who are a little bit less
Well, we need Auntie Donna in there tomorrow because Auntie Donna was in the app room tonight and she talked about how patent and trademark is really having some difficulty here with AI. But one of the things that you need to do is make sure that you're adding your thought. Now, of course, when it starts out, it's your thought, it's your content, right? To do the prompt. So is that really, you're building that, right? It's already something that you're doing, even though AI is generating it. But it's going to be important for you to make sure that you're adding something to that. And at that point, it becomes, something you're doing. So she talked about that tonight. But everybody's going to see it differently. I mean, and that's just the way it is. It's a new technology. Okay.
Yeah, leave stuff here and go up to this. Yeah, good. All right, good. And maybe the cat decided to come out. Wow, that's never happened before.
That's funny. Wonder what the baby would have done. Oh, too funny. But yeah, I was saying everybody's gonna have a different attitude about that, Martin, and
the owner of the house, the person that created the first club, when she bowed out, the point when we switched it from a house, from a club to a house, he had to come back in. So she's made probably 60 to 70,000 the last year. Grants on pitching her business, physical business, the metaverse AI business. She's in Baltimore. Her company is an event planning, event space that she rents downtown Baltimore. She owns the building. And so she hasn't been in the club for 2 years. But we switched it from a club to a house, we had to get her to do. I'm thinking also that I want to reach out to her because this is her space to go without. She loves talking about AI. But she's also kind of condescending. So probably not.
I can handle them all, Martin. I work with physicians, child. So that's yeah. So I'm pretty thick skin. That's good.
Cool. I love it. Yeah, then okay, cool. Oh, that's actually I'm gonna make up a flyer real quick. I'm not gonna use Gamma. I'll make up a flyer real quick. Send it to you, let me know. Be approved.
Okay, sounds good to me.
I gotta follow you on LinkedIn, but everybody's coming to Clubhouse, but they're from LinkedIn. So they're gonna want to follow you on LinkedIn.
Okay, you want me to send you my LinkedIn? I followed you the other day. I don't think we done right.
Follow. You mean you did not connect. I got you. People I follow. I say, no, people follow me. How do I get to my followers? I'll do it from the computer. I'll find you.
Well, and I'll find my link and send it to you in the WhatsApp.
Yeah, let's do it, Miss Sharon. Good job tonight.
All right, thank you. I'm excited about tomorrow.
Me too. I think it's gonna be a really good, impactful conversation.
Yeah, now, and let me ask, the majority of the people in this room, are they black, are they white, or what are they?
Black.
Okay.
Black women.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, Martin, have a good night.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, bye. Hey, I just called to check on you. How you doing?
Doing okay? How you doing?
Good, good. So you still hadn't had no problems, huh?
No, but I did go to patient first. But the only reason I won't say that's the only reason I went, but now they sent me to an orthopedic surgeon, but they said that something about a pre-existing condition could have been aggravated, but they find that really seriously except what I already had, but they still sending me somewhere, but maybe that's what they do anyway. So I'm going, but the only reason I'm going, well, I won't say the only reason, but I'm going to try my best to stick it to Geico, because Geico is giving me the runaround, talking about the guy, his name was not on the policy. That guy had me that card so fast until all I did was write the policy number. And I trusted him thinking that his name was on it. I ain't pay no attention to you. It was pouring that rain. And all I wanted to do was get the hell out of there. So I was really confused. And I dropped the ball because that guy, he won't call me back. He won't respond to Tyrone because he sent me the pictures from the accident. So I know he got the email. And he won't respond to Tyrone. He won't respond to me. He won't respond to Geico. Geico only kept calling him because they wanted to know if that girl who is her name on this policy, they wanted to know if she had given him a permission or authorization to use her car. And if she said no, then I can't use her policy. I got to use my own.
Oh my gosh.
I am too pissed off, girl. I tell you, and they say, oh, they gonna tell me to try to run down these people. I got to do their leg work for them. I need to try to get in touch with these people. They said they couldn't do it. First, they said they couldn't do nothing because they didn't know what kind of car it was that was involved in the accident. The girl had 3 cars. So it's just been a nightmare.
Oh man, that's
It
awful.
has been a
Well,
nightmare.
I'm glad you didn't go and rake up a whole lot of bills.
No, I'm still going to follow through because I can get if I got to pay it, I mean, I'm going to use my policy and I have that clause that's called uninsured. So I won't have to pay that $1,000 deductible that's on my regular policy. I would go under the uninsured insurance and I'll have to pay $250. So that's why I'm going to go through with it. And you know what, Medicare, Aetna don't pay, the copay can't be that much. So if I have to pay anything, at least I get my $250 back for my deductible, and maybe I'll make a few dollars. I don't know, but I'm just so upset now with Geico. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through with this, and I have already claimed a personal injury, and then I'm gonna go through with it, and then I'm just gonna find me another insurance. I'm leaving Geico 42 years, and this is the way I get treated. So I'm done with them. It is the most frustrating thing I've ever had to deal with. They don't have no one person that's in charge of your claim. They have anybody that answers the phone. Answer the phone. They got a phone street, so it takes you forever to get to a claims adjuster or representative. I still don't have a claims adjuster. I got a claim number and 5 different people that says that I don't need a name. All I need is to tell them my claim number